Greetings from Las Vegas. I'm Jeff Chain, the owner broker of Millennium Commercial Properties. We've been a Las Vegas-based commercial real estate company for over 40 years, serving anything from leases to investment sales, etc. Today, Simon, our host, who I want to thank again, has asked me to talk about single tenant net leased buildings, also known as triple net buildings. Some people refer to them as freestanding buildings. They're all generally a single asset building, sits by itself with one tenant on a long-term lease, typically a credit tenant, which means they are nationwide and have strong financials. Today, we're going to talk about 8 different properties. Unfortunately, 2 of them are in Las Vegas, and the balance of them are in Texas. And the reason I picked these is both Nevada, Texas, Florida, and a couple other states in the United States are tax-free from a personal tax standpoint. So therefore, the returns we discuss are all before taxes, but the state of Nevada does not have any income tax, so it'd only be your federal taxes that come into play. Before we go in it too deep, I want to talk about cap rates again, capitalization rates. If you have an investment of $1 million and the capitalization rate, commonly called cap rate, is 5%, that means if you paid $1 million for the property, you got a 5% cap rate. That means you're going to get a 5% return or $50,000 a year. And if it was a cap rate with 6, then you would get a 6% return, which is $60,000 a year. So that's kind of important. In triple net buildings, which I'll typically refer to them as, the triple net means the single tenant pays for everything other than your mortgage. They pay for the property taxes. They pay for the insurance of the building. If the roof is damaged, they pay for that if the air conditioner goes out. So you have no landlord responsibility whatsoever. You get one check a month. If you have a mortgage, you pay that. If you don't, it gets put in your bank, and that's your return on the investment at that cap rate. So it's a very friendly investment opportunity for owners of buildings who don't want to have any work. You will never get a call about the trash, the toilets, the air conditioner doesn't work, anything. And if you go to visit the building, they won't even know who you are or care because it's owned by corporate. They're on a lease. I've done deals previously where they've never even seen the buildings that have been out of state. The first one we're going to talk about is in Las Vegas at 3891 West Flamingo Road. It's a tavern. In Las Vegas, we have gaming. Most people are familiar with the Las Vegas Strip, where they have all sorts of slot machines and other gaming machines. In Las Vegas, you can have a bar restaurant with up to 15 slot machines. This is a very successful local franchise group. It's $6,195,000. It's 4,205 square feet. They have heavy build out inside the space. And as we talk, this is a 5 cap. So on this one, you'd get approximately $300,000 a year for your investment if you wrote a check to purchase it. The second one is in North Las Vegas. It's at 7943 North Decatur. This is a little bit different because this is just a ground lease. So you would own the ground, not the building, even though it's on your land. So eventually you'll get the building back. And it's leased to AutoZone, which is one of the United States' largest auto parts dealers. So at the end of their lease term, which is currently 20 years with multiple 5-year options, if they choose not to extend their lease terms, at the end, you get their building. They walk away, you still own the land, you have the building and all the improvements on it. The next one we jump to is Texas, where the rest of these properties will be. The first one is 1850 West White Street in Anna, Texas, which is a suburb of Dallas-Fort Worth, which is the largest metroplex in Texas, which is one of the fastest growing states. This is a Dairy Queen. It's a 5.5 cap. And it is built in 2022, and the NOI currently is $156,000 per year. There again, that's before any personal taxes. The next one is one of the fastest growing coffee companies in the country. It's called Dutch Boys, or Dutch Bros, as most people refer to it as. It's at 5789 Golden Triangle in Fort Worth. Fort Worth is a suburb of Dallas. You can't tell when you're in one or the other. It is at a 5 cap. The unusual thing is it's only 950 square feet for $2,470,000, but Dutch Boys has a very strong track record. They're growing across the country. They're very sought after investments, and this is at a 5 cap. The next one may be familiar to everybody is in San Antonio, Texas, which is a little south of Dallas-Fort Worth. It's at 10926 Cabrera Road in San Antonio, and it's a Wendy's restaurant. It's $3,267,000, and it's at a 5 cap, and it's 2,675 square feet. Some people would ask, why would Wendy's not own their building? And that's very common with most major real estate companies or corporations in regards to the real estate. They can take those same dollars that they would be paying on a mortgage in ownership of the building. Instead, they can open up 3 more restaurants and sell that many more hamburgers and French fries, and that's where their profit really comes into play, not owning real estate. Because the next one we have is another one that should be familiar. It's at 1804 North State Highway 78 in Wiley, Texas, another Dallas, North Dallas, Plano suburb, and it's a Starbucks. Triple net lease, long term. It is at a 4.75 cap. All these cap rates are lower than what you might expect in an office building or retail, but there again, you will never go to this property. Nobody will know that you own it other than Starbucks corporate, who sends you your check once a month. The next one is at 480 North Parkway Street in Azeel, Texas, and it is another Dallas-Fort Worth. They were the easy buttons to pick because Dallas-Fort Worth is probably 4 times, maybe 5 times the size of Las Vegas, and the state of Texas is considerably higher. This is an Albertson shopping center, which is a food company, one of the nation's largest food stores. It's $7,999,000, which it's a 54,000 square foot grocery store, and it's at a 5.5 cap. Same thing, it's a very long-term lease. It was built in 1998. Food stores rarely ever move. The last one is in Austin, Texas, which is in central Texas. It's the headquarters of lots of corporate Americas moving to Austin, including SpaceX, etc. And it is a bank headquarters, Keystone Bank in Austin. It's $13,843,000, and it has additional land to build an additional parcel if you wanted to do that. So that's kind of a variety of things. There are hundreds more triple net opportunities out there in the country. Please feel free to give me a call, Jeff Chain, 702-379-8855. We're on WhatsApp, the same number. Please reach out to Simon as well. He can direct you. And please look for me on Wednesdays on Iranian Global TV. And once again, it's Jeff Chain. You can reach me at 702-379-8855. Thank you.